Welcome to Storytime with Pastor Steve. Our story today is the story of the empty tomb. When Jesus was laid by his friends in a tomb, right after he suffered and died, the garden became a good place for the mourners to come as they prayed and they cried. A woman named Mary came first with some spices. His body she wanted anointed. The stone was rolled back and his body was gone. She ran from there so disappointed. She hurried to Peter and John, crying out, "They've taken the Lord from the tomb." So Peter and John did not wait for a moment. They dashed right out of the room. Together they ran, but then John went ahead and stooped at the entrance and saw the wrappings of linen that held Jesus' body. John stood there, his mind filled with awe. When Peter got there, he just walked right on in. John followed, and then he could see the face cloth that Jesus had worn on his head, all folded. But how could this be? They went home believing, but Mary stayed there. While weeping, she stooped and peeked in. And there, dressed in white, two angels from heaven, just sitting where Jesus had been. "Oh, why are you weeping, dear woman?" they asked. She answered, "I need to know where. They took my Lord's body. It's gone from this place." Then turning, she saw Jesus there. But Mary was thinking, he must be a gardener. She asked him where Jesus was taken. Then Jesus said, "Mary." Her eyes were open wide. She knew she had not been forsaken. "Oh, teacher," she cried. But then Jesus said, "No, don't cling to me now, for you'll see. I must soon ascend to my Father and God. Go tell all my brothers for me." So she told the disciples, "I've seen our great Lord," but fearing they all stayed inside. The doors were shut tight, but then Jesus came in and showed them his hands and his side. I send you out now as the Father sent me. You'll learn about love and forgiving. Receive my Holy Spirit. He'll teach you these things. They spread the good news. He is living. But Thomas was absent, and when he was told, he doubted the words they had said. "Unless I can touch his nailed hands and side, I must still believe he is dead." Then 8 long days later, the Lord came and said, "Now, Thomas, come place here your fingers. Believe when you touch my hands and my side." Would doubts still continue to linger? "My Lord and my God," Thomas shouted and cried. But Jesus said, "Now you believe? How blessed are those who believe without seeing. In faith we trust and believe." We are those people that Jesus were talking about, those ones who trust even though we don't see him. We know that Jesus is there and that he's risen from the dead and he brings us life and forgiveness. I pray that God fills you with that joy today. Have a blessed day.